Hello and good evening. Now, as the 2019 general elections head towards the 23rd of May finish line, the battle for supremacy in wooing voters has turned intense and more dramatic. The bout for East Delhi between BJP's cricketer turned politician Gautam Gambhir and Aam Aadmi Party's Aatishi took a tear-soaked turn today with charges and counter-charges over a pamphlet of dubious content and origins. We'll get you more on that in Newsnight tonight. I'm Gautam Roy. We'll also be talking about the war of words between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and how it has brought into bold relief the importance of West Bengal in the 2019 race. First, our headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi targets Mamata government at 2 rallies in West Bengal, says Didi is humiliating the constitution, fearing imminent defeat in the polls. In Uttar Pradesh, the PM attacks Mahagathbandhan, accuses SP-BSP of sheltering terrorists. Several heavyweights campaign for the BJP today. Amit Shah holds rallies in several districts of Uttar Pradesh and seeks votes. Yogi Adityanath and Rajnath Singh also hold rallies for remaining phases. Nirmala Sitharaman in Bhopal accuses the Congress of using the army for personal gain. Gadkari also targets the Congress. Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi lead the charge for the Congress. Rahul Gandhi holds rallies in Madhya Pradesh and Haryana, seeks votes in the name of Nyay Yojana. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra holds a rally and roadshows in Uttar Pradesh. Congress rejects Prime Minister Modi's allegations on former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Other regional parties also intensify campaign pitch. Mamata Banerjee holds rally in Kharagpur, rejects allegation of defamatory comment against the PM. NDA leader Nitish Kumar and Ramvilas Paswan seek votes in Bihar, and in Delhi, AAP's Aatishi Marlena accuses the BJP of distributing obscene pamphlets about her. BJP denies charges. Central Police Observer for West Bengal holds meeting with officials in Medinipur, says 740 companies of central forces will be deployed for the 6th phase. Urges officials to ensure threat-free and fair polls. Relief and rehabilitation work on in full swing in Odisha post-Foni. Over 1,000 workers from Andhra, Telangana and West Bengal are engaged in restoring power supply within the next 2 to 3 days in Bhubaneswar. Efforts intensify to restore telecom services as well. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu addresses Indian community in Hanoi on his 4-day visit to Vietnam, describes India-Vietnam ties as historic, says India is committed to partnering in Vietnam's development. And tensions between the US and China continue as Chinese Vice Premier lands in America for trade talks. China threatens retaliatory action if the US and its President Donald Trump raise tariffs on its goods. Well, first up, let's tell you about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's campaigning in 2 key states today. The PM addressed 5 rallies through the day, 2 in West Bengal and 3 in Uttar Pradesh. TMC and its leader Mamata Banerjee remained in the PM's crosshairs for a range of reasons, from alleged corruption to not giving him his due as Prime Minister. In Uttar Pradesh, it was both the Mahagathbandhan and the Congress which were at the receiving end of the PM's bid to woo voters.
A warm welcome in what political pundits call hostile turf. Crowds cheering on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Bankura, West Bengal, as he headed to the rally ground. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi reciprocated, greeting the enthusiastic crowds on the streets and at the rally ground. Both in Bankura and Purulia, the Mamata government was on the Prime Minister's target. PM Modi's first rally of the day was in Bankura. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is insulting the constitution out of anxiety of losing the general elections. He charged her with acting as a roadblock to development in the state and for putting political gains over the interests of the people of West Bengal. He said that the government of the state is being run by the TMC in name alone, while the actual business is conducted by syndicates. The Prime Minister also took on Didi for saying that she is not ready to accept him as the Prime Minister of the country.
आप हैरान हो जाएंगे, वो पब्लिकली कह रही है, वो देश के प्रधानमंत्री को प्रधानमंत्री मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। जब पश्चिम बंगाल में समुद्री तूफान आया, साइक्लोन आया, तो मैंने उन्हें दो बार फोन किया, लेकिन उनका अहंकार इतना है कि उन्होंने देश के प्रधानमंत्री से बात करना उचित नहीं माना।
At his next rally in Purulia, Prime Minister asserted that the opposition leaders are crestfallen after the first 5 phases of polls and it is clear that the BJP will return to power. He said that Mamata Banerjee will be in for a shock after counting on the 23rd, which will mark the beginning of the end of the TMC rule. He said that instead of attacking the Prime Minister of the country, Mamata Banerjee should focus on cracking down on scamsters who run chit funds.
दीदी अपने भतीजे का कैरियर बनाने में जुटी है। मंत्री, विधायक घोटाले गपलों में बिजी है और काडर टोलाबाजी।
Next, it was the turn of Uttar Pradesh. Prime Minister addressed 3 rallies in Azamgarh, Jaunpur and Prayagraj, attacking the Mahagathbandhan. He accused the SP-BSP combine of shielding terrorists and said that the army had entered deep into Pakistan territory and eliminated terrorists, and as a result terrorism has been confined to Jammu and Kashmir alone. The PM also said a strong government at the centre has made it possible for the whole world to come together and designate Masood Azhar as a global terrorist.
यहाँ जो सपा और बसपा के नेता थे, जो दिल्ली में सरकार थी, वो सिर्फ वोट के लिए आतंक के मददगारों को पनाह दे रहे थे। कार्रवाई के समय पर आतंकियों का भी जात, पात, पंथ, संप्रदाय वही देखा जाता था और उसी के तराजू पर तोला जाता।
Prime Minister targeted the opposition parties on the issues of caste politics and corruption. He contrasted that criticism with the achievements of the NDA government. The PM highlighted the successful implementation of several welfare schemes for the poor and backward sections of society that have yielded tangible results. With Aisha Khanam in Bankura, Nadeem in Purulia, Ajay Vikram in Azamgarh and Shailendra in Jaunpur, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And apart from the PM, the BJP is doing all that it can to win as many of the 118 seats that are going to polls in the remaining 2 phases of the general elections. From addressing voters in public meetings held by Party Chief Amit Shah in Uttar Pradesh to holding press conferences to propagate the party's message to voters and onboarding prominent political faces, the BJP is covering all bases.
With just 24 hours left for the end of campaigning for the 6th phase of the general elections, the BJP is sparing no effort to maximize its support for its candidates in the 118 seats remaining to be polled in the last 2 phases. BJP Chief Amit Shah carpet-bombed Uttar Pradesh on Thursday, addressing rallies at multiple locations. He charged the SP-BSP-RLD Mahagathbandhan combo and the Congress of indulging in caste-based politics to the detriment of society. The BJP chief said, after counting day, it will be Narendra Modi who will emerge as the Prime Minister again. Even if by mistake the Mahagathbandhan gets the opportunity, who will be the Prime Minister?
महागठबंधन आया तो फिर से यूपी के अंदर निजाम राज है। आप फिर से नसीमुद्दीन, इमरान मसूद, आजम कारून भुट्टा को चाहते हो क्या? चाहते हो क्या? निजाम राज चाहिए? निजाम राज से केवल और केवल नरेंद्र मोदी और योगी आदित्यनाथ ही बचा सकते।
The day also saw UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in the campaigning fray in Prayagraj. He attacked the previous UPA government and the Congress on the issues of national security and corruption. He also attacked the Mahagathbandhan. The ongoing campaigning blitz took Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to Bhopal on Thursday, where she held a press conference to accuse the Congress of shedding crocodile tears for the armed forces while misusing them for personal benefit.
मैं INS विराट में क्रू था, मेरा नाम फलना है, आई एम नॉट टेकिंग इट हियर, आई विल आस्क माय स्टाफ टू गिव यू अ कॉपी। वो भी बोल रहा है जी कि हाँ ये सब सच है, राजीव गांधी जी का परिवार पूरे ससुराल के साथ। सो उसका भी आप भी सोच लेना चाहिए।
In the national capital, it was Union Minister Nitin Gadkari who addressed the media, condemning personal attacks against the Prime Minister. He also cornered the Congress over the 1984 anti-Sikh riots.
ये दुर्भाग्य है कि जिन लोगों ने 1984 के दंगों में लोग मरे थे, जिनको जिस प्रकार से मारा गया, उनको अभी तक न्याय नहीं दिया, न न्याय मिल पाया जिनके सरकार में, और जो आरोपी है उनको उन्होंने प्रतिष्ठित किया।
The minister also claimed that by March next year, River Ganga would be absolutely clean. The media event saw former Punjab cadre IAS officer Shravan Singh Chani joining the BJP. In West Bengal, the pitched battle between the Trinamool and the BJP gathered more steam. A BJP delegation reached the Kolkata election office on Thursday with its list of complaints.
There are more forces supposed to come, and in that case, 100% booths will be covered by central forces. And we have demanded that all the booths should be protected, monitored, and managed by central force only.
Clearly, the BJP is doing all it can to woo maximum number of voters in the 59 Lok Sabha seats on Sunday in the 6th phase. It won 46 of these seats along with its allies in 2014, and it wants to do better in 2019. With Nishant Saurav in Delhi, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
Now, on the other side of the political divide, it was the brother and sister duo of Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi who led the charge for the Congress in lands as far and wide as Delhi, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. They focused both on talking about the Congress's legacy as well as attacking the NDA and Prime Minister Modi. The Congress also took on the PM's charge about the misuse of naval assets for former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi when he was in office for personal benefit.
Congress President Rahul Gandhi and sister Priyanka are leading the party's charge for the 6th and 7th phase of polling. While Rahul was in Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Delhi seeking votes for his party, Priyanka's focus was on Uttar Pradesh. In Sirsa, Haryana, Rahul Gandhi took up the issue of unemployment while addressing a rally in support of Haryana Congress President Ashok Tawar. He mocked PM Modi's comment on selling pakoras. Rahul challenged Prime Minister to list out his achievements over the last 5 years. He said, Nyay, the minimum income support scheme promised by his party, will not burden the middle class.
क्या हम गरीबों की मदद करने में मध्यम वर्ग को नुकसान तो नहीं पहुंचा रहे? क्या हम दुकानदारों को चोट तो नहीं पहुंचा रहे? टीम मुझे कहती है नहीं राहुल जी, बिल्कुल नहीं, उल्टा है। न्याय योजना का पैसा मध्यम वर्ग को, किसानों को, मजदूरों को, छोटे दुकानदारों को, मिडिल साइज बिजनेस, छोटे बिजनेस वालों को फायदा पहुंचाएगा, नुकसान नहीं।
Later, Rahul Gandhi addressed a rally in Sagar district in Madhya Pradesh. He said that the Nyay scheme will boost purchasing power of the poor as 6,000 rupees will reach the bank accounts of 5 crore poverty-ridden families. He also promised that the Congress would fill 22 lakh vacant posts in government services within a year of coming to power.
हिंदुस्तान के किसी भी युवा को किसी सरकारी डिपार्टमेंट से परमिशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप बिजनेस खोलो, युवाओं को रोजगार दिलवाओ। 3 साल बाद जब आपका बिजनेस चालू हो जाएगा, 20-30 लोग आपके लिए काम करेंगे, आपके साथ काम करेंगे। हिंदुस्तान को आपने रोजगार दिलवाया होगा। 3 साल बाद आप जाना, सरकारी डिपार्टमेंट में जाना, कहना 3 साल पहले मैंने बिजनेस खोला था, बिजनेस चालू हो गया, तैयार है, मेरे साथ युवा काम कर रहे हैं, मैंने हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं को काम दिया, अब मुझे परमिशन दो। 3 साल बाद, और अगर आपका बिजनेस नहीं चला तो कोई परमिशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं।
Meanwhile, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra sought votes for the party in Uttar Pradesh. She addressed a rally in Jaunpur and Pratapgarh, attacking the Modi government's policies. Meanwhile, a day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi alleged that the late Rajiv Gandhi used INS Virat as personal taxi on a family vacation, Congress party hit back at the Prime Minister, saying the statement is a lie.
कई चुनाव देखे, कई चुनाव प्रचार देखे, जो सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी होती है वो अपनी सफलताओं पर चुनाव लड़ती है, वोट मांगती है, अपने नए वादों पर चुनाव लड़ती है, वोट मांगती है। जो विपक्षी पार्टियां होती हैं वो सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी की विफलताओं पर वोट मांगती है और अपने घोषणा पत्र पर वोट मांगती है। परंपरा है, ये होता है, यही तरीका है। ये एक पहले प्रधानमंत्री हैं जो अपनी विफलताओं पर भी वोट मांगने की हिम्मत करते हैं।
Amidst accusations and counterclaims, Congress leaders are making all-out efforts to reach out to voters for the remaining 118 seats. Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And the day also saw TMC Chief Mamata Banerjee holding a joint rally with TDP Chandrababu Naidu in Kharagpur. Naidu was all praise for Mamata Banerjee, while the West Bengal Chief Minister clarified her slap of democracy remark against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There was a lot more action in Bihar with RJD's Meesa Bharti also addressing the media. But what really grabbed attention today was a teary-eyed press conference by Aam Aadmi Party's East Delhi candidate, Artishi, accusing the BJP rival, Gautam Gambhir, of printing a malicious pamphlet. Gambhir refuted the charge and demanded proof apart from threatening defamation.
If Prime Minister Modi and the principal opposition party, the Congress, are campaigning in full swing, the campaign by other regional parties has also hit top gear. Regional parties are actively engaged in wooing voters across several states. In Kharagpur in West Bengal, TMC Supremo and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee campaigned for her party's candidate. TDP leader and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu also shared the stage at a joint rally. Banerjee appealed to voters to vote for the party's candidate. At the same rally, she also took the opportunity to refute that she ever used unparliamentary and defamatory language for the Prime Minister.
I appeal to people of Bengal to vote on 12th May for TMC. We will get 42 seats in West Bengal and form a coalition government for a united India.
Political temperature is at its peak in Bihar. RJD leader Meesa Bharti held a press conference and exuded confidence about Mahagathbandhan winning the elections. The JDU sounded no less confident when it asserted Prime Minister Modi will once again come to power.
समाज के सभी लोगों को साथ लेके चलने का एक गठबंधन बनाया है जिसमें सब लोग हैं। केंद्र की सरकार और राज्य की सरकार जिस तरह से नाकाम रही है, चाहे वो विकास को लेके हो, चाहे वो शिक्षा को लेके हो, चाहे स्वास्थ्य के क्षेत्र में हो, चाहे किसानों के लिए लेके हो, तो जनता में बहुत आक्रोश है इन दोनों सरकारों को लेकर।
23 तारीख का दिन कांग्रेस समेत समूचे विपक्ष के लिए निराशा का दिन होगा। वो नेता प्रतिपक्ष का चुनाव करने के लिए मिल सकते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का पद श्री नरेंद्र मोदी के लिए पहले से ही तय है।
In Motihari in Bihar, Chief Minister and JDU leader Nitish Kumar and the LJP leader Ramvilas Paswan addressed an election rally and appealed to voters to vote for a strong and stable Modi government again. They also said the Modi government has delivered all what it had promised.
सड़क और कानून के क्षेत्र में केंद्र सरकार के द्वारा मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में अकेले बिहार में 50,000 करोड़ रुपए की योजनाओं को मंजूरी दी गई है। यह बिहार के लिए इससे ज्यादा मदद की बात क्या हो सकती है? एक ही क्षेत्र में, सड़क के क्षेत्र में। तो हम लोगों की यही विचार है, देश आगे बढ़े, बिहार को पिछड़ेपन से छुटकारा पाने में सहयोग मिले, इसलिए हम लोग यही चाहते हैं कि केंद्र में एनडीए की सरकार बने, मोदी जी फिर से देश के प्रधानमंत्री बने।
In the national capital Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party candidates are also holding meetings and road shows. Aam Aadmi Party candidate Atishi Marlena held a press conference and accused the BJP candidate Gautam Gambhir of maligning her image via an offensive pamphlet. She turned emotional in front of the press.
Gautam Gambhir ji की टीम ने ये पर्चा बांटा है जो कहता है Atishi Marlena know your candidate. Atishi Marlena is contesting from our East Delhi parliamentary constituency as Aam Aadmi Party candidate. She is the daughter of Vijay Kumar Singh and Tirtha Vahi and married to a Christian from Andhra Pradesh that is a beef eater.
Gautam Gambhir has dismissed all the charges levelled. Delhi's 7 seats go to polls this Sunday on the 12th. There is a triangular contest between the Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress and the BJP in the NCR. Newsnight Desk, TD India.
Now, due to the incidents of violence that have been taking place in West Bengal during the ongoing elections, West Bengal's Central Police Observer Vivek Dubey on Thursday held a meeting with senior officials in Mednipur to take stock of the security requirements there. After the meeting, Dubey said that voting is the right of every citizen and the central government is taking every necessary step to ensure that the elections are conducted in a smooth and effective manner.
जो suggestions थे to conduct a free and fair poll, or every common Indian should have freedom and nobody should threaten him, he should be able to cast his vote. That is a fundamental right of a voter. There should not be any fear. Nobody should stop a voter from casting vote. This is what I told them, and they agreed, and they said they gave a list of areas where he feels it should be mobile patrolling should be more, flag march should be there. He gave some list. He gave a list of some bad characters also. That also I noted down. Then I held meeting with the officers. I discussed the bandobast arrangements, gave them all the advice to them. 740.
And that brings up our In Focus tonight, which is all eyes on West Bengal. And joining me to talk about this is my colleague and our correspondent Aisha Khanam, who is in Bankura, where the PM held a rally, and in our studio is Praful Ketkar, editor organizer, senior journalist. Welcome to you as well, Praful. First, Aisha, if I could come to you. Now, West Bengal is emerging as a key battleground as far as these 2019 elections are concerned. It's been polling in all each of the 7 phases, and there are 2 more phases to go. The PM was there in West Bengal addressing 2 rallies. What conveyed to you the kind of critical importance the BJP and the PM himself is giving to this battleground in terms of what he had to say to the people there in Bankura today? Aisha, can you hear me? Aisha, if you can hear me, just wanted to ask you what conveyed to you the criticality of the battle in West Bengal in terms of what the PM had to say today in Bankura. Well, it seems that Aisha cannot hear me. Let me bring in Praful Ketkar in the meantime. Praful Ketkar, West Bengal, 42 seats, and this time around it seems that it's almost as important, if not more, than Uttar Pradesh, which has almost twice as many seats, 80.
Absolutely. See, Bengal is the real battleground and perhaps will be the deciding factor in 2019 elections, simply because you know, first time we are seeing a very different kind of contest in Bengal. We have seen the phase of, you know, when there was absolute left domination. Then we have seen, you know, for last almost a decade now, the complete domination of TMC. And though there were, you know, opposition parties, opposition votes were always, you know, fragmented in various pockets. So CPM, Congress and BJP used to have their own pockets, but TMC had a, you know, a very strong say in Bengal.
Yes.
Now that seems to have changed completely. BJP has emerged as a major challenger. CPM, the entire left front seems to have relegated to the 3rd position almost. And Congress, I don't think, besides its pockets in couple of constituencies, have anything you know, to show as far as Bengal is concerned. So now, if anything that BJP gains in Bengal will be considered as, you know, a major challenge to Mamata Banerjee's domination in Bengal. And Bengal traditionally has been you know, a state where we have seen cadre based politics.
Yes.
And when cadre shifts, it shifts completely. So it will be very interesting. There is kind of undercurrent in rural Bengal, but how far that translates into votes, and more than votes, how far that can be converted into seats. That is going to be the interesting. That's why perhaps areas like say Purulia, you have seen Yogi Adityanath, Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, all of them had at least a meeting there in Purulia, not just in district but in the entire region. So that clearly shows the importance of Bengal for the BJP and for election 2019.
I'll come back to you, but let me try and reconnect with Aisha Khanum once again there in Bankura. Aisha, I was trying to ask you what conveyed to you the importance, the vital importance of West Bengal and the game plan of the BJP in terms of what the PM had to say to the voters in Bankura.
Well, Gautam, it was very interesting to see that today's rally at Bankura was a grand success, and besides the huge number of people who attended the rally, there were thousands of people around the helipad. This is perhaps the first time that I am seeing a huge number of people encircling the helipad to welcome the PM, to just have a glimpse of the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister, after finishing his speech, did a mini roadshow kind of thing around the helipad to acknowledge all those people who were present there. He tried to reach out to each and everyone present there at the helipad. So that is where people in West Bengal are trying to reach out to the BJP, and the BJP is trying to portray itself as a party which will fulfill their dreams. And Prime Minister's address even during the rally was very interesting. He was very assertive when he said how Mamata Banerjee is not only insulting him but also she is insulting the constitutional post. And he also apprised them about how she has kept the Jungle Mahal region, with the region which is the forest region, which has a large number of tribal population, Adivasis. So he tried to tell the audience there that these people have been kept behind the development, and also he told them that the state government is taking the state towards a disaster. So that is how the Prime Minister connected with the people in West Bengal. So as far as BJP's rise in West Bengal is concerned, the BJP is positioning itself very strongly in the state because the BJP has seen its success in Assam and other northeastern states. So why not in Bengal? So the BJP has worked hard at the Gram Panchayat level. Their vote share has increased. Their presence at the Gram Panchayat level has increased, and the Trinamool Congress party's weaknesses has been turned into strength by the BJP in this region. And also the fact that the BJP is trying to fight hard West Bengal for one more factor, and that is the Mahagathbandhan factor, where Mamata Banerjee is one of its main architects, and somewhere she could be emerging as a leader for Mahagathbandhan also. So the BJP's game plan is that, BJP's calculation is that if Mamata Banerjee is tamed in her own state, if she is confined to her own state, she may not be able to assert her leadership in the Mahagathbandhan. So that is where the BJP has calculated its strategy during these elections. So this is one of the major factors that the campaign is very aggressive. The Prime Minister has been making very aggressive speeches here, and that in turn has irritated Mamata Banerjee, and she feels that the BJP is breaking into the strong bastions of Trinamool Congress. Remember, these states, these constituencies which are going to poll on May 12th are the strongholds of Trinamool Congress.
Yes.
But the BJP has made its presence felt in these regions, especially in the Jungle Mahal region, where the BJP has worked with the Adivasis in some constituencies of Purulia and Bankura. So that is why the BJP is hoping that if it manages to pull through in Bengal, West Bengal, it can manage more than 15 to 20 seats. Then the BJP will shed its tag of the Hindi Heartland Party, and it will have its pan-India presence even in West Bengal as such. And that will help the BJP form the government in centre as well.
Well, let's see. Aisha, just stay with me because It's an interesting frame that you have in the background. It almost seems like West Bengal has been reduced to a duopoly, a two-cornered fight between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress. And Praful Ketkar, do you feel that that is how it is, or in terms of perception, one might be making a mistake counting both the left, the once formidable left in West Bengal, and even before that, the once formidable Congress in West Bengal out completely?
Congress looks very, very shaky in Bengal, but as far as left is concerned, left has a traditional, cadre-based vote. So I will not completely rule out left. But what is happening on the ground? On the ground, see, wherever left has ruled for, over a period of time, you have a different kind of political culture there. The cadre-based politics, leads to, very strong voter mobilization. They have strategies to stop voters from other parties also. So the people are earmarked, and there is a clear-cut strategy to ensure maximum voting from the party's cadre side. Now that has virtually, that system is taken over by TMC. That's why, the left voters, the left cadres are feeling completely isolated. They feel, as far as fighting against TMC is concerned, Communist Party itself does not have enough, strength, and it is the BJP who is actually fighting that as main opposition party. So in some of the rural pockets, there is a tactical shift of vote from communists to the BJP. That is going to be decisive, because last election it was clearly the division between the CPM and the BJP that had helped Trinamool not just in Lok Sabha elections but even in the assembly elections. Now how far that changes and how far BJP gains out of this strong, emergence as a strong challenger to the TMC rule, that is going to decide the fate of final outcome in Bengal.
And the other aspect of politics in West Bengal has been what they have always called a culture of violence in the state when it comes to its politics. We've seen that taking place in this election as well, which led to the Election Commission's decision to have 100% deployment of central paramilitary forces in phase 5, and that too did not really stop the violence from taking place. What role do you think does that have in terms of the changing mood among voters in West Bengal?
See, that certainly has will have an impact, because ultimately voters what they want, the basic need is safety and security. When you are not allowed, and we have seen that closely even during the Panchayat elections, where even the candidates were afraid, candidates from other parties,
34% were elected unopposed, and they were all mostly TMC.
That shows the kind of atmosphere, and people do take cognizance of this. In fact, as Nandigram was a turning point for the CPM and the left front, perhaps this Panchayat election would be considered as a turning point for TMC and the emergence of BJP as a new force, because BJP not only ensured that their candidates would contest as many seats as possible, but winning the seats, increasing the vote share, and ensuring safety and security of the common people. So these factors will ultimately influence the voting behavior, especially in the rural areas of Bengal.
Right. Aisha, in terms of free and fair, holding free and fair and free from fear elections, what are you hearing are the plans of the Election Commission now, bearing in mind what happened in phase 5, where we saw even candidates getting caught in some sort of violent situation, one candidate being thrashed, another candidate of course also coming under some sort of an attack?
Well, Gautam, it is very unfortunate that despite 24 hours pass, there has been no arrest with regard to this violence and also the attack on the BJP leaders. And so far we were told that the matter is under review and still the culprits are at large. So that itself speaks of the about the fact that there is some kind of lawlessness that is seen across West Bengal. And for the 6th and 7th phase, the election commission as well as the security forces are making their presence felt here by providing extra security in all the sensitive areas, sensitive booths, and they are also trying to instill confidence among the people that the election is a free and fair process. Remember, in West Bengal during the Gram Panchayat elections, the BJP has alleged that there was so much intimidation by the TMC workers that many seats went uncontested because of their intimidation. So such things do not arise, such things should not be repeated. The state missionary will have to take steps to see that the voters come to the polling booth and cast their vote free and fearlessly. So that is what the Election Commission is also trying to spread the awareness among the people that they are here to protect their right, to protect their franchise, to cast their vote, and hopefully the 6th and 7th phase in West Bengal will be peaceful.
Right. Now, Praful, a lot of perception in a lot of voters in West Bengal is also that somehow Mamata Banerjee and her party have a stranglehold on the state, on its polity. And to dislodge that, what needs to be done is for a party like BJP to challenge is to take away a lot of the kind of support that Mamata Banerjee has enjoyed. Till now, the data speaks for itself. Even in 2014 elections, when the BJP had its best performance, because in the subsequent assembly election, the vote share went back to slightly over 10 from 17. What the BJP needs to do is eat into the vote share of the TMC. What it has so far done, even in 2014, part of the Modi wave, was eat into the vote bank of the left and the Congress. That's what a lot of assessments say.
That's true, and in fact, even now, that's why I said, when you asked the first question, that ultimately it depends on how much. Please remember, this Communist Party, the left front, had as much as 28% of vote share, even though they had just 2 seats. On the other hand, BJP also had around 17% of votes and again 2 seats.
Yes.
So this is a huge chunk. How far BJP, actually is, giving dent to this left vote on the one hand, and secondly, the peripheral votes, which generally tend to go with the, whoever is the winning party. Generally, for last 2-3 consecutive elections, TMC is getting that maximum share. How far BJP is going to influence them, and that is perhaps the reason why Prime Minister Modi or even other top BJP leadership is focusing so much on the peripheral areas. And I'm again highlighting, it is not the urban Bengal, it is the rural Bengal, it is the northern Bengal, where there is a real undercurrent against TMC. Whether BJP is positioned to consolidate the anti-TMC vote, that is going to be tested, and whether they are in a position to ensure that all anti-TMC voters come out and cast their votes.
Okay.
Then BJP has a fair chance to emerge.
That will depend on the cadre and how effectively it is managed as well. But what all this is triggered off is this M versus M war of words, this Didi versus Dada war of words. We started seeing that unfold with that non-political interview of Prime Minister Modi, where he said that Mamata Banerjee sends me Rosagullas every now and then. Then she talked about Rosagullas made of mud, and now it's come to where Didi is telling PM that you prove that we have been corrupt in operating coal mines, or you'll have to do 100 sit-ups.
See, there is a clear-cut difference in the kind of campaigning that is taking place. If you analyze just today's rallies, if you just analyze today's rallies, on the one hand, PM visited Bankura and Purulia. On the other hand, in second half he was in UP, and in Azamgarh or Prayagraj, he mainly focused on the larger national issues, national security, Masood Azhar, and the dynastic politics, caste politics. All these issues almost were missing in Bengal. Bengal, he is going there as a challenger to Didi. There Didi is trying to challenge him at the national level. She is trying to bring the national issues, and PM is trying to address the local issues, insecurity, women's safety, security of the cadre, democratic environment, political violence. Didi is running away from it. In UP, it is the Mahagathbandhan who is trying to make it local, while Prime Minister Modi and BJP is keeping it absolutely national. So you clearly see two different strategies, happening, and therefore, please remember, Bengal has just 42 seats. Even big states like Tamil Nadu or Maharashtra having 38, 39 and 48 seats, went to polls maximum in 2 or 3 rounds.
Yes.
Bengal, we are seeing 7 phases. So the longer the election, the heat of the election is going to see this kind of campaign, because the moment you go into the 5th or 6th phase, you have to come up with a new narrative to address the voters.
Yes, certainly. Aisha, if I could come to you, just to wrap this up, how are you seeing it play out in the people, among the people, as far as West Bengal is concerned? They've already been through 5 phases, 6 and 7 phases to go. Any fatigue factor there?
Gautam, would you please repeat your question?
Just wanted to ask you, any fatigue factor creeping in to the campaigning and general state of politics in West Bengal because of these multiple phases, all 7 phases? It seems that Aisha Khanum is unable to hear me. Aisha, can you hear me?
Yes, Gautam. Yes.
Just wanted to ask you, it's already been 5 phases, West Bengal seeing polling in all 7 phases. Do you see any fatigue factor creeping in on the ground?
No, absolutely not, Gautam. It is very exciting 6th and 7th phase. There is no fatigue factor that is visible here in West Bengal as such, because these 2 last phases are the very important do or die phases for the BJP and for the Trinamool as well. So this and also the fact that the BJP has stepped up its campaign, and the campaign is getting louder and louder. So tomorrow is the last day for the polling, for the campaign to end, for polling which will be held on May 12th. And on the other hand, Mamata Banerjee is now trying to rope in the Mahagathbandhan leaders to support her stand and to counter the BJP. So therefore, this campaign is getting more louder and more shrill, because lot is at stake for Mamata Banerjee as well, and this elections will decide her future in the state as the Chief Minister.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see how things really go for her, and of course her challenger as well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They are right now, of course, engaged in a battle to the finish, which of course will be on the 23rd of May. Thanks a lot for joining us from Bankura, Aisha Khanum, and also you, Praful Ketkar, for joining us in our studio. Okay, now a lot can change in several states after the 23rd of May election results. But Karnataka seems to be a state where the contradictions between coalition partners, JDS and the Congress may pull apart the government even before results are out. There's a rising chorus among Congress to bring back Siddaramaiah as Chief Minister, replacing JDS's Kumaraswamy. This has triggered off a fresh row between the allies.
That all is not well in the JDS Congress alliance in Karnataka has been playing out for several months now. After the State Home Minister M.B. Patil, another Cabinet Minister Parmeshwar Nayak dropped a bombshell that the party should bring Siddaramaiah as the Chief Minister. Sources say this sentiment has been echoed by several Congress leaders. Irked by this, Kumaraswamy headed to the Congress President Dinesh Gundu Rao and sought to address the issue. A Congress minister in the state, R.V. Deshpande, has blamed the media for creating this confusion.
There is a confusion created by the television channels. See, when somebody said that they want him to be chief minister, not now. Please understand, there is an understanding between the Congress and the JDS leadership that the present government will complete his tenure and Mr. Kumaraswamy will be the chief minister for the 5 years. If at all somebody has told that, it is only because CM Siddaramaiah, when he was in office, he has done an excellent job. So whenever elections occur in future, it was said that he should be the chief minister. Government is stable, strong, it will continue.
Rebels in the Congress, led by Ramesh Jharkholi, are still holding the party to ransom with threats of quitting the party. Little has been done to resolve the issue by the Congress, though his brother Satish in the other camp maintains there is no threat to the coalition.
So no major issue, no major. You ask Ramesh Jharkholi, he is the right person to give. Not anybody to threat this coalition government. It is safe, it is continue 4 years.
Deve Gowda is considered one of the architects of the Mahagathbandhan. His recent declaration that only God can save the coalition in Karnataka best sums up the fact that trouble is brewing, even as the BJP silently watches the developments unfold. The Lok Sabha election results in the state will be the deciding factor on the survival of the coalition government. With inputs from Aisha Khanum, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
Now, what's also happened is that the Supreme Court has rejected sacked PSF Jawan Tej Bahadur Yadav's plea challenging the Election Commission's decision to reject his nomination papers from the Varanasi Lok Sabha seat. Yadav had moved the top court challenging the decision of the returning officer to reject his nomination papers from the Varanasi Lok Sabha seat, saying it was intended to give a walkover to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And the Supreme Court also dismissed a petition seeking direction to the Election Commission of India to bar Congress President Rahul Gandhi from contesting the Lok Sabha polls till the issue of his citizenship is decided. The plea was filed by 2 Delhi residents after BJP MP Subramanian Swamy had alleged that a UK company's records show Gandhi holding British citizenship. Based on the allegation, the Home Ministry had also issued a notice to Gandhi asking him to clarify his factual position. And a Delhi court granted bail to Congress leader Jairam Ramesh in a defamation case filed by NSA Ajit Doval's son Vivek Doval against him. The complaint was filed against the Caravan and the author of the article besides the Congress leader. In his complaint, Vivek Doval had said that the magazine and Ramesh, who had held a press conference repeating the allegations levelled by the magazine, had attempted to deliberately malign and defame him to settle scores with his father. And time now to get some more national updates in our regional roundup.
In Odisha, authorities are working round the clock to repair extensive damage caused by Cyclone Foni. Over 1,000 skilled officers have been called in from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana and West Bengal to assist in installing electric poles and lines in the coastal state. Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan held a review meeting with the banking sector to see the preparedness in providing services to customers in Cyclone Foni affected areas. Supreme Court dismissed pleas of families of those killed along with former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi in 1991, objecting to the Tamil Nadu government's 2014 decision to release 7 convicts in the case. Supreme Court upheld an order of the Nagpur bench of the Bombay High Court by which provisions of the Maratha reservations were made inapplicable to admissions for 2019-20 to postgraduate medical and dental college admissions. Supreme Court asked SSC to declare 2017 result for recruitment in central government jobs. The top court also appointed a committee to make conduct of entrance exams foolproof. The examination papers of the SSC 2017 were allegedly leaked, leading to huge protests. The portals of the Kedarnath temple in Uttarakhand's Rudraprayag district were thrown open to pilgrims today after a 6-month-long winter break. The doors of Badrinath will be reopened for pilgrims tomorrow. The Jammu-Srinagar National Highway was closed following a landslide in Ramban district. Due to the landslide, movement of vehicles has been restricted, leaving scores of commuters stranded. The second day of the sea phase of the Indo-French naval exercise Varuna saw increased participation of fighter aircraft, helicopters and coordination exercises between ships of both navies.
Now, the 15th Finance Commission headed by Chairman N.K. Singh met with executives from 13 banks in Mumbai today. The meeting raised issues regarding the cost of borrowings of the centre and states, recapitalization of banks and their impact and modalities for ensuring that the borrowing cost becomes increasingly market-driven. Highlighting the need to set up state-level panels during its meeting with the RBI and raising issues including public sector borrowing requirements, continuity of the Finance Commission and development of expenditure codes, Chairman of the Finance Commission spoke exclusively to our correspondent in Mumbai.
We have N.K. Singh with us. He is the chairman of 15th Finance Commission. Sir, you are in Mumbai, and we saw that marathon meetings were going on between you and RBI, financial institutions, banking institutions. What really transpired in these 2 days?
We covered a whole lot of areas concerning the broad macroeconomic framework, particularly on the behavior of key economic variables, likely growth trends, likely current account deficit, issues of debt, issues of fiscal deficit, which are all very central to the work of the Finance Commission. I think that the Reserve Bank and the Finance Commission were able to compare their information, domain knowledge, and share each other's analytical models, and this was one huge change.
What other issues did concern these banking institutions that needs to be addressed by the Finance Commission?
Well, one of the issues is the issues of the borrowing requirements, public sector overall borrowing requirements, and how those can be or cannot be accommodated within the overall fiscal framework that I have. Now, as far as the public sector banks are concerned, as long as the borrowings by the states, state governments, is based on state guarantees, explicit or implicit, they will be subscribing to these borrowing requirements. But what can be done by way of additional measures which is able to bring about a greater symmetry of information which the markets have with the cost of borrowing and differentiate the cost of borrowing between states which are financially well managed as compared to states where there has been fiscal profligacy.
Now, in his first engagement after reaching Vietnam, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu addressed the Indian community there and Friends of India in the capital, Hanoi, highlighting their role and importance in promoting cultural understanding and harmony between the two countries. The Vice President said that India and Vietnam share a civilizational and historic relationship which has stood the test of time. Apart from holding one-on-one talks with leaders of Vietnam, the Vice President will participate in the 16th United Nations Day of Vesak on Sunday and deliver the keynote address at the inaugural session of the event.
The relationship between India and Vietnam is civilizational, historic, and our partnership has stood the test of time. More than 2,000 years ago, Indian monks and traders brought with them the message of peace and compassion of Lord Buddha to Vietnam. Our successive generations of leaders, starting from Sri Ho Chi Minh and Sri Mahatma Gandhi to the current leaders, have built upon this trust and goodwill between both the nations. I am proud to be part of this rich tradition.
Now, ahead of the US-China meeting on the 10th of May, China on Thursday said it's fully prepared to defend its interests in its trade war with the United States, though it's open to dialogue. The statement has come a day after US President Donald Trump accused China of breaking the deal. Chinese trade delegation led by Liu He will be in the US to resume talks amidst this hardening of stand. The United States on Wednesday announced that with effect from the 10th of May, tariffs on Chinese goods worth $200 million would be increased to 25% from 10%. The two nations have been embroiled in a tit-for-tat tariff war since last year in July over demands by the US that China should adopt policy changes that would better protect American intellectual property and make China's market more accessible to US companies.
By the way, you see the tariffs we're doing? Because they broke the deal. They broke the deal. Johnson will increase tariffs on China. And we won't back down until China stops cheating our workers and stealing our jobs.
China opposes unilateral tariff hikes. There will be no winner in a trade war. This does not serve China's interests, the interests of the United States, nor the interests of the world as a whole. We hope that the US can work with China to solve this issue through dialogue rather than taking unilateral measures, and to reach a mutually beneficial and win-win agreement on the basis of equality and mutual respect. Meanwhile, China is fully prepared, determined and capable to safeguard its legitimate rights and interests.
Meanwhile, the US stocks dropped at the open on Thursday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 88.48 points at the open to 25,878.85. The S&P 500 opened lower by 19.58 points at 2,859.84. And the Nasdaq Composite dropped 90.11 points to 7,853.21 at opening bell. Now, Britain's Prince Harry was given a baby outfit, a onesie for his son Archie by Princess Margaret of the Netherlands on Thursday. The prince's trip to the Netherlands was his first public outing outside the UK after the birth of his son. The new dad went back to work to mark a year until the 2020 edition of the Invictus Games he founded for wounded military personnel. The Invictus Games were first held in London in 2014, inspired by his military service, having completed 2 tours of Afghanistan. The games, during which veterans take part in sports including wheelchair basketball, sitting volleyball and indoor rowing, will be held at The Hague next year. Let's get to sports now. And in football, Arsenal will be looking to defend a 3-1 lead when they face Valencia in the second leg of the Europa League semi-final tonight. The Gunners put themselves in a strong position after the first leg at the Emirates thanks to 2 goals from Alexander Lacazette and an injury-time strike from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. They are looking to reach their first European final since 2005-06 when they lost in the Champions League final to Barcelona. If Arsenal do make the final, they will face either Chelsea or Eintracht Frankfurt in Azerbaijan's Baku on the 29th of May. And Chelsea will meet Frankfurt in the second leg of Europa League semi-final tonight. The Blues have never lost a home game against German opposition in European competition, although it's significant that Frankfurt have scored in all 6 of their away games in the competition so far this season. Eden Hazard is expected to receive his 3rd Europa League start of the season. The Belgium international has played just 272 minutes in this season's competition, but Maurizio Sarri is likely to bring him back into the fold as the Blues, level at 1-1 from the first leg, look to secure their place in the final in Baku. And that's all we could pack in a Newsnight tonight. For all the latest, do stay tuned to DD India. Thanks for watching.